We are here with Gaerea in Figueira da Foz for the upcoming concert featuring Grog and Destroyers of All. Hello there, thank you very much for receiving us.
Thank you for having me.
Starting from the beginning, less than 3 years ago, Gaerea came out of nowhere with a debut single being released, I believe, No Clean Singing.
Yeah.
And a great deal of mystery around it. Why did you take that path instead of just releasing like an EP or a full length or something?
Well, in the beginning, we kind of drew the whole concept around this whole mystery entity or something like this kind of anonymous band or project, and all around this same vortex or void concept we've been developing since the very beginning, since that single. We released the first song, the first single of the Gaerea EP, and the song is called Void of Numbness, which was our attempt to present the first glimpse of the whole void or vortex concept. Is something we've been drawing since the beginning. Something we are still discovering in each release, each song. It's something very dear to us, and it's it has been nice to know people have been having a good relationship with it.
Why did you decide to go anonymous and faceless?
Well, the whole society is anonymous in some way. If you think properly about Gaerea is totally urbanistic, you know. So if you watch the whole, if you just stand in a big city like in Portugal, where we come from, and just wander the great streets and the people walking around it, you just see these blank faces, these people going nowhere, shopping, going to cinema or something. It's like this voyeur concept or idea. So if you think correctly, we're just as anonymous as you, because nobody cares in the end. We're just ash when the right time comes. So it's all about it, and of course there's the whole visual concept around it, and the whole mask idea. We don't have a full meaning for everything, because I truly believe in the power of visuals. So we're not going into detail about everything we do, because it's something that we feel is correct, we feel it's right for the project. So yeah, we decided to go fully masked, fully black in our arms, because we just want to look as the same as the audience that goes to our shows. Nobody cares who's playing behind the mask, because we're not well known, we're not celebrities. Nobody fucking cares about who we are.
In this age of internet and social media, is it complicated and difficult to maintain this anonymity? And while everyone usually wants to take a peek behind the curtain and know who's behind the mask?
Yeah, in the beginning we kind of had some problems or just disputes about it. I remember some magazines just writing about this whole masked thing. Well, it's not the most original thing in the world, of course, but we're not here to reinvent the wheel, you know. We're just trying to achieve something that it's ours and dear to us. So in the beginning, we kind of had some comparisons to Magua or Wada or whatever. It's bands that had their own idea of what they want to look like. The concept of Magua is not the same as Wada, I think, and ours is as different as theirs. So people in the beginning kind of wanted to know if we were from a big band or something, but I think it's just that when we released the first EP, we kind of saw some hype around it, and it was something that I was not expecting at all. But as time went by and the Unsettling Whispers album, our first album, which we released last year, came out, nobody was going to that point anymore. And well, it doesn't make me happy or sad. It's just something that it's not worth mentioning anymore. Because, well, as I said, nobody cares if we are this guy or that guy. We're not celebrities. Nobody knows us personally. And our life is definitely not as interesting as many people wanted to show it was.
So your EP got a lot of attention, and then your debut album, Unsettling Whispers, came out via Transcending Obscurity, right?
Yeah.
And it totally exploded both in Portugal, your home country, and abroad. Were you guys expecting this, or was it just a total surprise?
Well,
what were your expectations about it?
I was, well, it's some sort of stupid thing or cliche thing to say. We were not expecting a good reaction, because every artist wants a good reaction to their long, hard work. So, of course, I wanted something like this or something even bigger. I'm not being an hypocrite and just say we were not expecting or didn't want a good reaction, because we work daily. And I spend a lot of time daily thinking about how to improve this concept and this idea, this band, this project. So we want greatness, we want something big for the band, and we are working that way because we want this thing to grow. Well, it's something that we've been learning to do. It's a long walk. It's a long path to continue to draw. We're always thinking about the future steps, what we're going to do in 6 months or 1 year. And, of course, we wanted the best reaction possible and the most interesting one. So it's really nice to see people are taking the time to read our booklet, our 20-page concept book. So it's good. It's good when we catch people saying the same lines as we have in the booklet. It's good to know people embrace the vortex concept as well as we do, and it's good to know people have their own opinion, because it's not something that we took from other people. We have influences from writers, from songwriters, from cineastics or filmmakers, all types of art. So it's good to know people take their share or their vision of the concept we've been doing.
So you recently signed with Season of Mist.
Yeah.
Could you shed some light about what your next steps will be?
Well, I cannot share a lot because we don't know that much about what's going to happen with the album. We know the album is coming out on the first half of 2020. We know we're going to announce a lot of really nice festivals to promote it. We know we're going on tour again. We know we're going to other continents soon, and it's something we've been really pushing forward because we had a really nice time this year in China, for example. So, yeah, about the album I cannot share many things because we don't know, actually. We're still doing the cover. We're still finishing some touches about the design work and the whole new visual concept of the band. We're going to recreate some things, professionalize other things. So when the time comes, I think everything will be unveiled.
Speaking of touring, you are starting another European tour today, right?
Today, yeah.
You are going with Numenorian?
Numenorian we're catching them in Copenhagen on the 5th. So we're doing some shows on our way to Denmark because touring is fucking expensive. and we are doing always our best to not lose money. So that's why we're doing some shows, and we had the luck to have a lot of friends and good promoters interested in having us on our way to Denmark.
Where are you going to stop by?
Tomorrow we're doing Toulouse, then Marseille, and then we're doing 2 shows in Belgium, Tienen and Antwerp, and then we're doing a long drive to Copenhagen and start this whole thing officially.
Looking forward to it, right?
Really looking forward to it. It's our biggest tour to date. We had a really nice runs this year. We did the Jupiterian tour, our first big European tour. We kind of did it in some way last December when we were touring around the Mortem at Diabolum, the festival in Berlin, and then we went to China and all of that, and some really nice summer festivals. But this tour is the culmination, or I'd say the right way to end this whole chaotic year, with something that will really push us as individuals and as a band. And well, we're really looking forward to it, and I'm really sure we will make it the best way possible.
You mentioned China before.
Yeah.
It was a big thing. What was the experience like?
It was special and interesting, because we were working on the China tour for a long time before we were able to announce it officially. Like a year or so, we knew we were going to China, and it was a pain in the ass not to mention it to anybody outside the circle. So yeah, when we got there, it was this shady thing, because a lot of things we didn't know. We didn't know about the backline. We didn't know about the venues. We didn't know who was our tour manager. We ended up to be someone really specific. But we had this crazy time in China. People there really embrace their European black metal or extreme metal culture. People do care about what we do, and yeah, we had this amazing time, and it was in China that we really discovered how this band can work, because we're 5 individuals, really different. Our music tastes are very different. We don't watch the same movies. We don't see the same kind of art, and it was in China after a long tour with Jupiterian, so we were away from home for 2 months or something, and when we were in this kind of chaotic situations on the other side of the globe, far away from home and our families, with crazy differences in time. It was like 7 hours or something difference from Portugal, so it was there that we really felt alone as individuals, and we really took the time to rediscover how this band can work. We had the time to feel great joy, great happiness, and really great anger, I would say, because we had some really frenetic moments between us. And it was the first time we had some fights, but I think it was there on those periods of difficulties that this band really started to work the right way, and we're definitely not the same band. Well, we came from China as a different band, I'd say.
So we can say that you evolved.
Well, I don't know if we evolved, but we definitely know better and know how to do our shit way better this time, and I really think it was a big step forward when we came back from China. I think the guys feel the same, as it was special. I cannot explain better than this. It was like 15 days or something, really different from what we have done so far. This is a really new band, so we're not used to it to experience these things, and I'm happy we did it.
Going back to the band itself, what would you consider to be your biggest influences as a musician?
Well, as I said, we take a lot of inspiration from different kinds of art. From Saramago to all the bands, for example, Obsidian Kingdom is Barcelona band that has a really nice concept about solitude in the great cities, and it's something that I really like to read about. They have this nice concept around it, this contemporary feel about the band that I really like and try to experience myself is in Gaerea. And apart from that, of course, we love bands like Botay, shining for their crazy, intense shows. We love bands that put out great shows, great experiences. Like me personally, when I go to concerts, I want to be surprised by something different in the show. Be it fire, be it confettis, be it something that I'm not expecting to see in that band. So we take a lot of inspiration in something that can surprise people, be it literature, be it movies. For example, The Enemy, inspired from the Saramago book, or their email Berlin, I think it's the correct name. So yeah, we take a lot of inspiration from different kinds of art, not only bands.
Okay, we're reaching the final. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Would you like to share any final words before we shut this down?
Yeah, I don't know when this is going out, but we're doing this European tour for a whole month. Our last show is on the 21st in London. So we'll be all around Europe. We're going to Germany, we're going to Denmark, we're going to Belgium, we're going to Switzerland, we're going to Slovenia, we're going to Austria, we're going to a lot of really nice places. So come to see us with Numenorian, and we will really happy to see you, each and every one of you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.